opened the folder and began scrolling through the images one by one. Broken windows of old houses, snow-covered yards, damaged fences, people with kind eyes, well-kept animals, and happy children. The very last photos were of the hill where the orphanage once stood. Those few remaining bricks were still visible in the pictures, not just as a blur. Well then, let's make a sensation out of this article, I said. Zoe entered the room, placing a large, I'd even say gigantic folder of documents in front of me on the table. "What's this?" I asked, not immediately realizing what it was. "What you asked for, archived documents about the orphanage." "Thank you, Zoe. You're the best," I exclaimed, kissing her. I opened the folder of documents Zoe had brought. My hands trembled. I was a bit nervous. On the first page was a photo of that same woman with happy children, the orphanage visible in the background. Perfect! I think I have an idea. I flipped through the old pages. They'd been there so long it felt as if they might crumble in my hands. With each document I read old reports, inspection records, and testimonies from mysterious, obscure individuals. It all became clear. This village had been abandoned once before. When the orphanage was burned, no one had heard the children's cries, and no one had been held responsible for what happened. Everything was covered up. They forgot about Balkans then, and now they were forgetting it again. I felt resolve growing in my heart. I moved the laptop closer to me, opened a blank document, and the cursor blinked, as if waiting to hear what I was ready to tell. "Alright, let's begin," I said and started typing word by word. In bold, capital letters, I wrote the headline of my report. Balkans, the story of a village abandoned twice. The village of Balkans, a place that once thrived. People believed in tomorrow, worked, built, dreamed. It was a place full of life, and now silence. Authorities have forgotten this village, but the people don't give up. They don't stop. The words poured from the depths of my soul. I wrote without stopping, adding photos, excerpts from my dialogues with people who had lost hope that anyone would hear them. We no longer expect help. We help each other ourselves. It's hard, but we must hold on. I decided to remind readers how many years ago, this village had already been forgotten. I exhaled, caught my breath, and continued. The village of Balkans was already forgotten decades ago, and back then, that neglect cost too much. The orphanage was set on fire, along with everyone inside, and it was forgiven. The guilty were never punished. And I would have never learned the story if this house itself hadn't wanted to tell me. Don't believe it? Go to Balkans at exactly midnight. This house appears on the hill like a ghost, as if reminding us that you can destroy documents, hide witnesses, but you cannot erase them from history. I only paused briefly to catch my breath. My heart pounded as if an earthquake had erupted in my chest. I wasn't just writing text. I wanted everyone who read it to understand this place still lives, and it deserves to be heard. That's it. Sending it to print, I said, catching my breath, and pressed the send button. Several months later, my whole family is finally going on vacation to the same village of Balkans, which has recently begun to flourish as it once did, and perhaps even more vigorously. Outside the window, trees, fields, beautiful houses on hillsides, and smooth roads flash by. Everything that I once saw in ruins and complete darkness now sparkles with colorful lights. "I believed you would succeed. Well done, Sean," she said with a smile. Arriving in the village, I noticed that there were quite a lot of people on the streets, all strolling lazily with cameras and ice cream in their hands. The village was not just alive, it was thriving. Car horn sound. I slowly drove up to Otto's house and honked at him. He was standing at the entrance with the same friendly smile as before. He slowly approached the gate. We got out of the car and smiled back at him. "I didn't think you'd return to us so soon," he said, smiling. How could I not come back? I'm even thinking of buying a house here in the village to spend my vacations, I said, smiling. I never imagined this place would be so alive again. Thank you, Shen. You saved our village. Thank you for saving me on the hill. You won't believe it. People started coming after your article, whole buses of them. Someone opened a cafe. Locals are renting out rooms. The shop is back in business. And it's all thanks to you, he said, putting his arm around my shoulders. They come because the people here are special, and even the air, I said, hugging him back. Come inside. The bread is already baked. Let's have lunch, she called from the doorway. We entered Otto's family home, a warm, cozy place, just as it had been when I first met them. The only difference was that the children had grown up quite a bit. We sat at the table for a long time talking about life, how the village had changed, and how people were finally beginning to believe in tomorrow. We laughed, joked, and enjoyed delicious homemade food. As night fell, we went out into the yard and drank herbal tea. The air had turned cool, and the sky was full of stars. We all fell silent because the moment had come. Exactly at midnight, the house appeared again on the hill, the same house that had changed the lives of everyone currently in the village of Balkans. The end.